I feel like I lost my sense of purpose, and I was unsure where I was going life-wise and whether I was doing the thing that I was meant to be doing, because I wasn't feeling that joy and that happiness that I felt like I should be experiencing. My life was quite balanced. I have 2 careers that I do. I work as a medical professional, I work as a dentist, but I also am a professional actress. And so, yeah, it's like, it's a really balanced life of something that brings in money that I enjoy, sort of helping people, healing people in that kind of way. And then the really kind of passionate, artsy side of acting and singing. But I still felt, there was areas of, the acting industry that I do find quite difficult. And then I wasn't getting I wasn't feeling that full fulfillment with dentistry either. And I was thinking, well, what's wrong? Because I felt like I should be experiencing those things. I've got a lot of opportunities coming my way and I was very grateful for them, but I just wasn't feeling that joy that I should. And then the biggest thing I think that kind of affected those things as well was my relationships, like my romantic relationships.
Yeah,
I just
for sure.
out of something just before I kind of found you, Gail, and it really shook me up. And I think that was the trigger for me going, I need to sort myself out. I feel like I need to do some inner work, because I keep meeting the wrong people, the people that are helping me to learn. Maybe they're not the wrong people, but it's causing causing so many ups and downs for me emotionally that I wasn't handling them very well, and experiencing a lot of anxiety and just a sadness that I couldn't quite pinpoint where it was coming from. And I didn't feel like I was being me, and I felt always scared to be me as a whole, like in any of the situations I came into.
Fun side of you wasn't really coming out. Like the women that I look at today, who comes on here all bubbly and shiny and wearing her little bright colours and everything, that you had, so cute. You had that bit, but it was like you were being very everything was very practical, and you actually said to me, I've had a conversation with my mom and I have to be realistic about this situation with the acting. And I was like, I hate that word. You used the word. I dislike realism, because realistic is completely dependent on your perspective.
Yes.
And I absolutely felt that you were called to grow this acting thing bigger, not so that you stay in it forever. You might choose to do something else, but because you hadn't really honored that part of you to its fullest potential, and the fear was like holding you back.
I was ready to run away, and I knew that every year, I keep getting these acting jobs. I've been very lucky that I've found lovely jobs and lovely people to work with. Yet there would always be this fear, like, oh gosh, I don't know if I belong in this world, or I don't fit in, or maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or I don't know what's wrong, why am I not feeling the way I should be feeling? And I was prepared to run and just leave it all behind. But then I knew that wouldn't make me happy either, because then I wouldn't be honouring that creative part of myself. So that's where Gail comes in, because you helped me kind of, be me, show up as myself. And I think that was the issue. I always showed up as somebody else, the person that I thought people might want to see, and that was where the fear and anxiety came in socially. And then frustration, because then I was being ignored, or I wasn't being seen, or I wasn't being included. Because actually, if I showed up as the person who's quirky, a little bit odd, a bit cheeky, and when I show up as that, I'm so much more embraced. I think people don't know how to take me, or anyone, if you're not yourself. I think they can sense that you're not fully being you.
When you are your fullest self and you're connected to your heart and your soul, you give people permission to connect to theirs.